So guys, we discussed up to the sixth sulcus, that is the calcarine sulcus, and we told that the calcarine sulcus gives off the parieto-occipital sulcus, which is the seventh sulcus. So let's discuss about the seventh sulcus, that is the parieto-occipital sulcus, and draw the diagram representing all the sulcus and the gyri we discussed in the previous part 1 and part 2 videos. If you have not watched those videos, you can go to the playlist and watch the video, or you can find the video in the I button. So let's start. The seventh one was the parieto occipital sulcus. I hope it's clear to you. Parieto-occipital sulcus. Okay. So this was the seventh sulcus, and we told that the area between or in between BETWE in between the calcarine sulcus and parieto-occipital sulcus is the cuneus. Okay, and it is cuneus, and cuneus is a triangular in shape. Okay, triangular in shape. Triangular, I am just representing by a symbol. Triangular in shape. Now we also mentioned that the area between the parieto-occipital sulcus and paracentral lobule is known as precuneus, and which is quadrangular in shape. So the next point is the area between paracentral lobule, central, okay, CNTRL, central lobule, and parieto-occipital sulcus is precuneus and quadrangular in shape. Okay. Okay. So now let's come to the figure where we'll introduce all the sulci and the gyri we discussed in the part 1 and part 2 videos, and also label them so that you don't get confused. So I light over here figure medial surface sulci and gyri. Okay, medial surface, sulci and gyri. So I would recommend to keep the notes we made or we copied from the videos part 1 and part 2 on your side, so that you can see the description or see little bit of the notes, and then you can match with the figure when I tell that, so it will help you to remember it, and you can have a clear vision which will be easy to for you to remember. It will make you easy for to remember. Okay, so first we should show the corpus callosum. So if this is the corpus callosum, the first two sulci are the anterior and posterior. Okay, and this is the anterior paraolfactory sulci. This is the posterior paraolfactory sulcus. Anterior paraolfactory sulcus and posterior paraolfactory sulcus. Then we have in front of the genu running above the corpus callosum, that is the cingulate gyrus, cingulate sulcus. Okay, so this is the cingulate sulcus, and we told that the area above the cingulate sulcus is divided into two parts. That is this part is the medial frontal gyrus, and this is the paracentral lobule. Okay, the above part, this is the cingulate gyrus, and this area above the cingulate gyrus is known as the medial frontal gyrus, and is divided into two: medial frontal gyrus and the paracentral lobule. And below the cingulate gyrus is the below the cingulate sulcus is the cingulate gyrus. Okay, and we told that the callosal sulcus is over the corpus callosum. So the callosal sulcus is over here. Okay, the callosal sulcus is over here, and this is the cingulate gyrus. So the callosal sulcus is separating. This is the callosal sulcus. Okay, callosal sulcus is separating the corpus callosum from the cingulate gyrus, isn't it? It is or not? We have written in the note that the callosal sulcus runs over the corpus callosum, and it's separating the corpus callosum from the cingulate gyrus. And while discussing about the cingulate gyrus, we told that cingulate sulcus, we told that the area above the cingulate sulcus is known as, it's divided into two parts, that is the medial frontal gyrus and the paracentral lobule, while the area below the cingulate sulcus is known as cingulate gyrus. So this is the cingulate gyrus, corpus callosum and the callosal sulcus, and these two are separated. The corpus callosum and the cingulate gyrus are separated by the callosal sulcus. Okay, I hope you are clear up to here. Now after the cingulate sulcus, we are coming to the suprasplenial sulcus. Okay, so suprasplenium. So from while discuss, suppose this is the posterior, anterior, inferior and superior. So from while discussing about the parts in the previous videos, I told that from posterior to anterior, it is the parts represented are splenium, trunk or the body, the genu and the rostrum. Okay, so suprasplenium sulcus is just above the splenium and is parallel to it. So this is the suprasplenium. Okay, suprasplenium sulcus. And we also told that it separates the precuneus from the cingulate gyrus. So if this area, the area below the cingulate sulcus is the cingulate gyrus, this totally the cingulate gyrus, and this is the precuneus, because we are left to draw the calcarine sulcus and parieto-occipital sulcus. When you draw the calcarine sulcus and parieto-occipital sulcus, you will know the cuneus and precuneus. So if this area is the precuneus, then this precuneus and the cingulate gyrus are being separated by the suprasplenial sulcus or not. So we are not confused with the point that the suprasplenium sulcus is separating the two precuneus and the cingulate gyrus. Okay, now we have the sixth, that is calcarine sulcus. It is below the splenium and is running slightly towards the occipital lobe. So and it gives off parieto-occipital sulcus. Okay, parieto-occipital sulcus. So this one is the calcarine sulcus and this is the parieto-occipital sulcus. Yes. So now the area between this parieto-occipital sulcus and the calcarine sulcus. So this area is known as the cuneus. Okay, where is it? This is known as cuneus. This is known as cuneus, and this is triangular in shape. Can you see or not? Okay, triangular in shape. Okay, and now the area between the paracentral lobule. Remember where I mentioned the paracentral lobule? This, the area above the cingulate sulcus is divided into two parts. That is medial frontal gyrus and the paracentral lobule. So this the area between the paracentral lobule and the parieto-occipital sulcus is known as precuneus. So if this is cuneus, this is precuneus. Okay, I hope you are clear up to here. And it is quadrangular in shape. Quadrangular in shape. Yes or no? So now let's label it so that you don't get confused. This is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Cingulate is 3. Now is it cingulate or callosal? Callosal is the third one. Okay, so I am writing over there. Callosal is the 3. Are you able to see or not? Okay, let it give me. I will mention it with the pointers. Okay, so this is the anterior and posterior. These two are the anterior and posterior parolfactory sulcus. Sulci. Sulci is the plural form, sulcus is the singular. Okay, olfactory sulci. This is cingulate sulcus. This is calcarine sulcus. Okay, calcarine. This is parieto-occipital. And this is the suprasplenium. Okay, so you don't get confused in between them. These two are separate. Okay, this much was the continuation of the up to the 7th continuation of the previous video, continuation of the previous video of the part 2, where we discussed up to the 6th sulcus, and then here we have discussed about the 7th sulcus, and this is the figure. Okay, the diagram. So okay, we have mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th is the callosal sulcus. Okay, I am not trying to mention it because it will make the diagram more rough. So, and once again about the gyrus, I want to tell about the gyrus, so that I have not labeled, since I have not labeled, I want to tell it once again. The area between the anterior, this is the anterior, this is, if this is, I have mentioned the index, the anterior side, so this will be the anterior parolfactory sulcus, and this will be the posterior parolfactory sulcus. Okay, so in between the anterior and posterior parolfactory sulcus is the parolfactory gyrus. Okay, this is the parolfactory gyrus, and behind the posterior olfactory sulcus is the paraterminal gyrus. This is the paraterminal gyrus. Okay, paraterminal gyrus. Okay, this is the paraterminal gyrus. Okay, so don't get confused. I like to focus. Paraterminal gyrus, and the area above the cingulate sulcus is divided into two parts. This one is the medial frontal gyrus, medial frontal gyrus. Okay, so I have made an arrow in the for the indication of the gyrus. Okay, I love this one, indication of the gyrus, so that you don't get confused which one is sulcus, which one is gyrus. So this is the medial frontal gyrus. Okay, and this one is the paracentral lobule. So I am not mentioning over here. Paracentral lobule above the cingulate gyrus, divided into two parts, medial frontal gyrus and the paracentral lobule, and below the cingulate sulcus is the cingulate gyrus. This one is the cingulate gyrus. This part is the cingulate gyrus. Okay, and this is the callosal sulcus separated in the cingulate gyrus and the corpus callosum. Okay, and this is the supraspleneum sulcus. I'll write it over sulcus. Supraspleneum sulcus. So this supraspleneum sulcus is separating the cingulate gyrus. This is the area cingulate gyrus from the precuneus. Okay. So this is precuneus and this is the cuneus. Okay. Precuneus and cuneus. This is calcarine sulcus. I'll add S for the sulcus. It has been already quite rough. So calcarine sulcus, and this is the precuneus. This is the cuneus, and it is triangular in shape, and this is quadrangular in shape. This sulcus is the parieto-occipital as mentioned over here, and this one is the calcarine sulcus. Okay. So I hope you understood the sulci and the gyri present on the medial surface of the cerebral hemisphere. Suppose if this is a cerebral hemisphere, this one is the medial surface, and these were the sulci and the gyri present on the medial surface, and we discussed all the sulci and the gyri along with the diagram. So not that good diagram, but at least understand this. It is understandable. So I hope it is understandable and you understood it with a concept, so that in an exam time you can practice figure from your textbook and have a quick revision from this note, and I hope this would be useful to you. So we discussed the sulci and the gyri on the medial surface in the 3 videos, part 1, part 2 and part 3. So if you have not copied the notes or if you have not made the note, you can find it on the Facebook page Doctors to Be, and the link to it is given in the description below. So you can check for the notes over there, and if you have copied, then it's the best. And please do comment your suggestions if you are not understanding or any queries in the comment section, and I'll also add my Gmail ID so that you can also mail over there your queries and any suggestions for the improvement in the videos. You can suggest us. I'll take immediate actions and I'll try to solve your queries. Thank you guys.